Repeat after me. Say aye.
Aye.
State your name.
John Swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, put it down. 4, ready, dress. Okay, at this time I'm going to leave you in that position, right? Do not move, do not talk, and do not lock your knees.
You going into
Your
observe?
gaze is behind you, so.
Okay, so you're going into observe? Okay, I'll just observe.
Ready, sir?
Back in there. It is. That's like half the army.
Ready, sir?
Whatever you are.
All right, go ahead, sir. Attention on deck.
Afternoon, how's everybody doing?
Outstanding, sir!
Fantastic. I'm going to slide by your left here real quick. Don't mind me smacking you in the shoulder. All right, one more time. How's everybody doing?
Outstanding, sir!
Fantastic. At ease, please. Go ahead and relax. All right. Mr. Gabe, going? All right,
Yes,
now that
sir.
he's going, how's everybody really doing? Because I know he told you had to yell that when I came in the room. Everybody all right?
This is just a motivation check,
Is everybody
sir.
in this room depping in, or is everybody shipping out?
Shipping out, sir.
Stepping in? Okay, so I got a mixed group?
Yes, sir.
No big deal, I just kind of like to know who I'm talking to. Before I begin, family, friends, guests, thank you for showing up. We really appreciate you coming out. We like to see the support behind everybody when they're going in, so thank you. Also, please do not feel that you're locked in at the back there. If you'd like to come up front, if you can squeeze by the aisles up there, feel free to come up front, because I know the face shots look better in the yearbook than the back of the head picture, so please do not feel you're locked in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, if I get you to make a little bit of aisle for the guests, please. Thank you very much. We like to get the faces in the yearbook, because that works much better than the back of the head thing. All right, is everybody okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all ready to join the military? Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, fantastic. I have some questions for you to make sure that you've been briefed on everything you need to know before you raise your right hands. Some of you have heard this before, but I gotta ask again. Has everybody in here been briefed on it? Do you understand the DoD applicant briefing on separation policy and restrictions on personal conduct in the armed forces?
Yes, sir.
All right, has everybody in here been briefed on UCMJ Article 83, fraudulent enlistment?
Yes, sir.
Article 85, desertion?
Yes, sir.
And Article 86, absent without leave or unauthorized absence?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody have any questions on those?
No, sir.
Does anybody have any questions at all on any subject or any reservations about enlisting in the military at this time?
No, sir.
All right, fantastic. Up on the wall to your left, you're going to see the oath of enlistment. When I state this oath, you have some options. I'm going to say the phrase "do solemnly swear" at the beginning. You can respond with "do solemnly swear" or with "do solemnly affirm." Either is acceptable, whichever you choose. At the end of the oath, I am going to say the phrase "so help me God." You do not have to repeat that at all if you choose not to, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good to go? Yes,
sir.
All right, good enough. All right, for my military folks in uniform, if I could, please, when I call the group to attention for the oath, if you would please stand at attention for the oath as well, that would be great. All right, now the really important question, and some of you have heard me ask this question before. Do y'all want the short speech or the long speech?
Short,
Finally, a group that has the guts to say short speech. That's great. All right, I do not give long speeches. I'm not going to bore you. You've been in the Met for, what, 10.5 hours now? I'm fairly confident you don't want to hear it any more than I want to watch your eyes glaze over in complete boredom. What I do give every person in here, however, is the same advice I got when I went to basic training. I pass it on for one very important reason. It works. It works every time, and it is the only piece of advice I have ever received from anybody in uniform that does work every time. When I showed up to basic training in 1993, my drill sergeant told me that if I could live by 5 words, I would be able to accept and overcome any challenge the military offered me. For 16 years, he's been right. It's never failed me, except when I failed it. 5 words to live by. Do it right. Don't quit. By doing it right, I'm not talking about perfection. The military will never ask perfection of any of you. What the military will ask is that you give everything you have to the task at hand every time. If you can do that, that's doing it right. It's a lot to ask, but I think you've all got it in you to do it. The second part of that is pretty easy. Don't quit. Don't quit. I know every one of you, when you get to basic training, however, every person who walks through the gates of basic training will eventually ask themselves, what did I give myself into? For me, that moment came about 3 minutes after I stepped off the bus. It happens to everyone. Don't ever let yourself be fooled about that. Nobody goes through it without that. But if you resolve right now that you're going to take all the yelling, all the stress, all the screaming, all the push-ups, all the sit-ups, everything that they can throw at you, and you're going to fight through it and win, then you will win. You've already proven to everybody you have what it takes to be successful in the military simply by your decision to stand in this room. It's not an easy decision to make, and I know nobody in this room came by it lightly, yet here you stand. That, in and of itself, speaks volumes about your character and courage. I know that most people in this room would not label this as a courageous act, but it is. You are joining the armed forces of the United States. That, in and of itself, is a courageous act. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. And don't ever let go of it. It's going to serve you very well in your military careers. I promise you. Does anybody have any questions for me before I administer this oath?
No, sir.
Y'all ready to get this done?
Yes, sir.
All right. Applicants, stand at attention. Raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey the orders
and I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers
and the orders of the officers
appointed over me,
appointed over me,
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code
and the Uniform Code
of Military Justice.
of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at ease and congratulations. You are all now members of your respective services. I'll give you a minute to let that adrenaline rush ease down because I can see it in some of y'all's faces. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to sign your contracts, all right? This is the last bit of paperwork you have to do today. Before I do that, however, I need to ask you a question, and this actually is an important question. Did everybody in this room get an opportunity to thoroughly review their contract to make sure that they were accurate and complete before they were sent over to me?
Yes, sir.
Did everybody review your pay grade?
Yes, sir.
All right, did everybody review your term of service, how many years you're supposed to be serving?
Yes, sir.
Was there any mistakes on any of those that I need to be aware of?
No, sir.
If there were, please let me know when you sit down. Otherwise, I'm just going to click through and get you out of here as fast as I can because I know you don't want to stick around this building any longer.